Hey there, in this video we're going to cover how you interact with and explore your cloud diagrams. So as a reminder, one diagram maps to a single AWS account or a Google Cloud project, depending on what you're connecting. Now, to navigate around the diagram, you can do two things. So you can use the pinch to zoom in and zoom out to get a more focused view of things, or you can click and drag on the map in the lower left-hand corner here. Now, to interact with the different resources, you can click on them. It'll display a list of properties. In this case, we clicked on an EC2 instance because I'm on an AWS diagram. And I can see things like it's running. I can see different tags that it has associated with it, network restrictions. I can see that encryption at rest is not enabled here. Maybe I want to enable it. And most importantly, I can have an object link here. So if I want to make any of those changes, we link to that resource in the AWS console or in the Google Cloud console, depending on the resource, to make it easy for you. And if you want a more complete technical blueprint of that resource, you have the raw config here. Click on the arrow and it'll display more information about that resource. Secondly, you can also click on this cost tab here, and I can see the cost for this resource. In this case, it's not costing me that much. You can mess with the time range and time interval here if you want as well. Now, more generally, I think this view gives you more context versus just if you were to look at a cost report, or if you were just to utilize your cost and usage billing data that the cloud providers give you, because you can detect things or see things like, for instance, I have this Route 53 resource that goes through CloudFront before ultimately arriving at this load balancer here. However, I can see the second Route 53 resource just goes directly to this application load balancer. So I might want to make it go through CloudFront first before it reaches the load balancer. But the more important thing is that I have this visual context. I can actually see that this connection is not there. Speaking of connections not there, I can see here I have an orphan resource, in this case, a network load balancer. I can see it's not connected to anything. And I can see it's costing me about, looks like $4 a week, but still I'm paying for something that I'm not really using. Maybe I want to delete it. Good news, I can just go straight to the object link and delete the resource if necessary. And also more generally, if you want to make a change to your environment, it's great to have this diagram view so you can see any dependencies, any potential downstream or upstream impacts before you modify a resource. You have more context, more architectural context, and just the connections as well. Now, on the cost side of things, in addition, you have this cost button here, which will generate a heat map view so you can visually see what are the most expensive resources in your diagram. And finally, you can also click on summary to get a more high-level view of your diagram. So those are the basics for exploring your diagram. Join us for the other videos where we cover some other key features.